Did you know your business can honor God while transforming lives around the world? Welcome to the iBAM Biblical Entrepreneurship Show, the weekly podcast that inspires and equips Christian entrepreneurs to build sustainable businesses that glorify God and uplift impoverished communities. At iBAM, our mission is built on the three fish metaphor. Give a fish. We provide startup loans to launch businesses. Teach to fish. We offer entrepreneur training for lasting growth. Equip for discipleship. We empower discipleship to multiply impact. Join iBAM's founder, Steve Adams, as he shares powerful solo episodes and expert interviews filled with mentorship, insights, and real-life stories of how biblical entrepreneurship is advancing the Great Commission. Subscribe now and get ready to be inspired, equipped, and empowered to make an eternal impact.
The vision for 2026, what we're building together. There's something sacred about this time of year. The lights, the quiet moments, the familiar story we've heard since childhood. A baby in a manger, heaven touching earth, God stepping into broken systems, not to escape them, but to restore them. Jesus didn't come to admire the world as it was. He came to redeem it. And that same redemptive invitation still stands today. Because the gospel was never meant to stop at salvation alone. It was always meant to transform lives, restore dignity, rebuild communities, and multiply hope. That's what Christmas reminds us. And that's why today is not just about looking back. It's about looking forward. Because what God is inviting us into for 2026 is bigger than a program, bigger than a nonprofit, bigger than a single gift. We're building a global movement of kingdom entrepreneurs. Not someday, not eventually. Now, we are not a nonprofit. We are a movement. Let's be clear from the start. iBAM is not just running projects. We're not just funding needs. And we're definitely not interested in maintaining the status quo. We are building a movement where business becomes a discipleship engine, entrepreneurs become missionaries, churches become launchpads, and generosity becomes multiplication. This vision didn't start with numbers. It started with a conviction that charity alone can't solve systemic poverty, that handouts don't create freedom, and that the church was never meant to outsource economic transformation to governments or NGOs. The early church didn't wait for permission. They built, they shared, they multiplied, and they changed the world. That same spirit is stirring again. And in 2026, we believe God is calling iBAM and you to step fully into it. The 2026 vision, cast it clearly. So let's talk about where we're going. Not vaguely, not hypothetically, specifically, boldly, faithfully. By the end of 2026, we are believing God for 250,000 donors, not passive givers, not distant supporters, but kingdom builders who understand that even small, faithful generosity, when multiplied, can disciple nations. Because the kingdom has never advanced through one hero. It advances through obedient communities. 10,000 new entrepreneurs launched, men and women equipped not just to earn income, but to create opportunity for others. Entrepreneurs who build businesses rooted in biblical values, create jobs with dignity, serve their communities, and fund ministry through sustainability, not dependency. These are not side projects. These are kingdom assignments. 10,000 new disciples. Because business without discipleship is incomplete. Every iBAM entrepreneur is trained not just in profit, but in purpose. Business is the platform. Discipleship is the fruit. This is not charity. This is kingdom multiplication. Expansion into new regions. Africa, Central Asia, Southeast Asia, Latin America, places rich in faith, resilience, and potential, but often overlooked by traditional economic systems. We're not parachuting in solutions. We're raising local leaders, empowering local churches, and building businesses that belong to the people who run them. Church partnerships that multiply impact. Churches equipped not just to send money, but to send entrepreneurs. Churches that move from relief to sustainability. Missions trips to local enterprise. Charity to multiplication. When the church embraces business as mission, everything changes. New tools for discipleship and business training, scalable training, contextualized curriculum, local mentorship, digital platforms that remove geographic barriers. So no calling dies because of lack of access. No vision stalls because of isolation. This is the infrastructure of a movement. Why now? Why this moment? Let's be honest. The world feels unstable. Economies are shifting. Inflation is squeezing families. Aid budgets are shrinking. And traditional charity models are cracking under pressure. Economic uncertainty demands sustainable solutions. Handouts dry up. Businesses endure. And right now, the church is waking up to the reality that business is not secular. Profit is not unspiritual. And entrepreneurship is not opposed to faith. It's often the vehicle God uses to fund his mission. The harvest is ripe. The workers are ready. What's needed now is alignment and obedience. The spiritual significance, name it. Let's say this plainly. This is not about iBAM. This is about stewardship. This is about Luke 16. Whoever is faithful with little will be faithful with much. This is about the loaves and fishes placed willingly in Jesus' hands, then multiplied beyond imagination. This is about a church that refuses to separate Sunday faith from Monday work. This is not charity. This is kingdom multiplication. This is a shared vision. Here's the most important part. This vision does not belong to iBAM alone. It belongs to the donor who gives consistently, even when it feels small. The entrepreneur who says yes, even when they feel unqualified. The church that dares to try a new model. And the partner who believes that business can disciple nations. You are not funding a vision. You are building it. When an entrepreneur launches, you were there. When a disciple is made, you were there. When a church shifts from charity to sustainability, you were there. This is your legacy. Christmas, the parallel. At Christmas, God didn't send a finished solution. He sent a seed, small, vulnerable, full of promise. And through obedience, faith, and time, that seed changed the world. In the same way, what we plant now, before 2026, will determine the harvest we see. Final setup, the last invitation. Next week is the final call. The final opportunity to put God first in your year-end giving. Not out of guilt, not out of pressure, but out of calling. Because the question isn't, can I afford to give? It's, can I afford to miss what God is building? Fund the vision. Become a kingdom builder. $1,000 launches an entrepreneur. Your gift helps build the future before 2026 begins. Jesus came to restore. We partner to build. And together, we will see nations transformed.
Listening to the International Business as Mission podcast, a space where we explore how to build businesses rooted in biblical principles that create global impact. But we're not just here to talk. We're taking action to spread entrepreneurship to poverty-stricken communities around the world. Our mission is to be the catalyst that empowers people to build sustainable livelihoods and break the cycle of poverty. We follow the 3-fish principle. Give a fish, providing startup loans to empower entrepreneurs. 2, teach to fish, offering entrepreneurial training for sustainable business practices. And 3, equip for disciple making, building a community that supports spiritual growth alongside business success. This is life-changing work, but we can't do it alone. We need passionate impact partners like you to join us on this mission. By becoming a donor, your generous gift will directly fund the establishment of new businesses that provide dignified work and hope. Just imagine, your donation could help a single mother in rural Africa start a small farming venture that allows her to feed her children and send them to school. Or a young man in Southeast Asia to launch a small business, breaking the chains of generational poverty. This is the power of entrepreneurship as a force for good. Will you join us in unleashing it? Go to ibam.org now to start impacting lives through the transformative power of business as mission. Together, we can create a world of flourishing.